All right, everybody. Welcome back to the PRPL Podcast. This is your host, Austin Eisert. Hope you're doing all right out there today. Hope you had a nice 4th of July. It will be, I guess, the Sunday following. But 4th of July falls on a Saturday. We're currently recording here on a Thursday, hence my confusion on the dates. Sorry, I should have that a little ironed out. But I am repping the great US of A. 250th, how about that? And we also just had a World Cup victory, so it's our first time winning a knockout stage game since 2002. For some reason or another, I believe that we had won one, but I think it's just because the tournament has expanded to more teams, so it was the round of 32 and instead of the round of 16. So we've been to the round of 16 before, but here we are again, but we've actually done something to earn that round of 16 spot in terms of the knockout stages. Anyways, I digress. We are here in the booth for a movie, and a pretty damn good one at that. I'll go ahead and jump the gun a little bit and give you my opinions about this one, but it is Toy Story 5. So here we go. The Sad Sacks are back with a brand new episode of the PRPL Podcast, this time reviewing the 5th chapter in Pixar's iconic toy saga, Toy Story 5. Starring Tom Hanks alongside Tim Allen and Joan Cusack. We got a whole lot of other folks around as well. We've lost some folks along this 5-movie journey as well. Rest in peace to all the voice actors who are no longer with us. Some of the guys we love the most. How about Slinky Dog? There's some more in there, but not going to name them all. Sorry, but respects to all those people. Join us as we discuss our favorite scenes or characters, scenes, themes, and things, and answer the eternal question, is this movie better with Nicolas Cage? Now, welcoming in my fellow co-hosts here, Griffin and Mike Fletcher. How we feeling, guys? We are off. This is our pseudo Friday for the working folk, that is. Me and Griff, the cats back at the salt mines.
Yeah, breaking rocks, baby.
Breaking rocks. Like old Frankie.
Man, I'm feeling good, and it's worth mentioning that you and I saw this movie together on IMAX in Chicago, actually, as part of your bachelor's trip. It was a great time.
Yep.
Got the whole crew together early, around like 11 or so, and man, we just had a blast watching this one. And right off the bat, I'll tell you, this one took me back. I think that it really did a fine job with the Toy Story franchise, so I'm super excited to chat about this one today, guys.
Yeah, what'd you think about that IMAX screen? Quite large.
Oh my gosh, it's huge. Like first thing I thought when I saw it is I was like, oh my gosh, like I don't even remember the last time I saw an IMAX screen. So, I mean, that thing was rocking my world in the best way.
Well, the thing is small market Louisville here, we do not even have a legitimate IMAX screen. We have the LIMAX screen. So we have a big screen, but it's not standardized sized. So no, I don't even know if we have seen a movie on a legitimate IMAX screen, to be honest, because that thing was stories high, you know?
I mean, it was huge. Well,
massive.
Dad, what would you give for an IMAX screen in Louisville that you could watch flicks on?
I think the only thing that's even close is probably Escape is probably the closest thing. I mean, when back in my day when we would go to Showcase, it seemed big, but when you're kids, everything seemed big. So for me, I always go to Escape. That's kind of my thing. Yeah. I got to see Toy Story. My daughter took me for Father's Day, so it was just a couple of days after you guys had seen it in Chicago. Riley and I think it was one of the bigger screens that Riley and I saw it on, and I was super impressed with this one. I thought it was, I've read some of the reviews, and they're not glowing as I thought they would be. My opinion was this is one of the better ones. I loved it. I just think it's so relevant, to today.
Yeah, well, I think the sentiment is pretty positive, and I think.
Oh yeah, I just don't think it was like the one of the best ones, which I thought was great.
Well, there's always going to be the people who say it should have never gone past the third, and they're they're right to a degree, but I think they're actually making this like Bonnie's trilogy now, so I think we should expect a 6th. Which kind of, I don't know, that's a cool way to look at it and break it up into those chapters. So I think the fourth one is the least.
Well, it's kind of cool.
I would say that the fourth one is the worst of the bunch. Not a bad one. I went back to watch that prior to this, and Griff, I think you watched for the first time while we were on the trip. Or did you fall asleep during that? Yeah, he definitely fell asleep.
I mostly fell asleep, but I thought that damn Forky was about as sorry of a sack as I've ever seen. I hated that little bastard. So, I mean, I thought he ruined it, but I think that's a great point, Austin, about Bonnie's trilogy, because it's interesting too, because the whole point is these toys are under ownership.
Yeah.
So as they get passed to new owners, let's see that progression too. It's kind of interesting.
Yeah, I mean, it definitely kind of shifts your perspective and allows you to accept it a little more, I think. And here's something that, I think these newer ones have accomplished that maybe the first ones hadn't, is that Andy is not nearly as much of a fleshed out character as Bonnie is in these movies that we've seen, which is, maybe a damnable thing about the original trilogy. If you're going to compare it to the most recent ones, they really give Bonnie some screen time. It was more so about the toys and their care for Andy, not as much Andy as a character. But Bonnie is a very prominent character in the fourth and fifth movie here. I think the fifth one was a return to, I think I will hold it on a higher pedestal compared to the fourth one. I think the fourth one is fine. I think it's still enjoyable. We love these characters. But the fifth one, I think, had some really damn good stuff, that some scenes that hold up to the original trilogy by and far, easily there. So let's hop into some of our factuals. Plotline, logline. Well, this comes out June 19th of 2026. We saw it on opening day. Pretty cool. When Bonnie receives a lily pad tablet as a gift and becomes obsessed, Buzz, Woody, Jesse, and the rest of the gang's jobs become exponentially harder when they have to go head-to-head with the all-new threat to playtime. Directed and written by Andrew Stanton and co-directed by Kenna Harris. She also had a writing credit with it. I don't think Kenna's done too much, but I know Andrew Stanton has been all over Pixar. He directed WALL-E, Finding Nemo, Dory. He's had a bunch of writing credits.
He was involved with all 5 of the Toy Stories.
Yeah,
as well,
he had various writing credits to varying degrees. But yeah, nice. He's been throughout Pixar. He's been a stan. I think this is the first one without the original kind of guy. What was his name? Because I think he had some sexual misconduct or something, which you hate to hear. Nothing terrible, but I think just a little too being silly. John Lasseter there. So whatever. We'll move on from him. In terms of score and music, we get 82-year-old Randy Newman back on the track, which is awesome. Once again, knocks it out of the park. I hope he never goes, man. I think we just need him for eternity with these movies, as long as they're coming out, that's for sure.
What'd you think of the Taylor Swift song?
Man, I thought it was good. I'll go ahead and put this out there. That song has a pretty high possibility of taking an Oscar, I would say. I could very much see that, just like the original song for a movie. And I think this one will also be nominated for animated feature film, as we're talking about Oscars here. But I enjoyed it. What about you, Music Man?
Oh, yeah. I mean, I'll be honest. I have not listened to it outside of just hearing it at the very end.
Yeah.
And it didn't offend me. It didn't immediately catch me. To be truthful, when we saw Avatar Fire and Ass, I think with that one, when the Miley Cyrus song came in, that one just banged. That one got me right away. This one, a little more lukewarm, but I wasn't offended. I think that's what counts.
Well, I actually ended up going and seeing the movie again with Dana back in town. So that was the second time that I heard it. It's good. Nice. And I think if you listen to it more, it's one that you could, give it some more attention and would enjoy it. You got Jack Antonoff, who touches just about everything these days. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, that dude.
Yeah, he's everywhere. Bleachers guy, right?
Yep. Yeah. That's right.
All right. So performance and reception here. $250 million budget. It looks beautiful. You know where that money went. It was well spent. Gosh. Always just groundbreaking stuff.
Crazy.
Currently,
do you have any opinions on that, Dad? Just real quick. The animation.
I thought it was ultra crisp. It at the theater with Riley, I kept saying, "Wow, look at the colors!" I thought they were brilliant.
Wow,
I loved it.
The colors.
Was he a little stoned?
I was not on shrooms or anything. No, I'm just saying that I thought it was well done.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
It always is. Pixar is they're good at what they do. They're the best.
Absolutely. I'm gonna say they're the best in the game, right?
For sure. Currently it's sitting at 610 million at the box office. This is probably well on its way to being the second $1 billion movie of the year, to be honest. It's the largest Pixar's world opening weekend ever. So in its first weekend it had 310 million at the box office. It's currently sitting at 6th, and it's been out for what is it now, 2 weeks? So
what was the budget, Oz?
250 million.
Man, that's the thing, guys. It's like it's so awful, but people are like, "Oh my gosh, you're sullying the reputation." And it's like, well, when you can make literally 800 or $1 million, it's like it's crazy, right?
Well, that's man. There's a reason why sequels exist. There's a reason why we don't get nearly as much original IP, which as film guys, you can get a little angry about and want something new and fresh because you just don't want to see the same thing over and over again. I think Toy Story is a different story for me. I can watch about 1 million of these as long as they are putting in the effort that they clearly did. This stuff is still hitting on the wholesome, heartfelt, emotionally impactful stuff at its best. It's just
well intentioned.
Guys, it's a money grab. I mean, why not? Why not grab the money? Guys, when you're saying you put in 250 million and then you're making 800 million, Griffin, that's a no-brainer. Think about that. Just like Austin said, this has got it's got a great message to this movie.
That's
really
why
is.
I would say
I love it.
That's why we should shy away from saying money grab, because clearly it's a good financial decision.
I don't think he means it like that.
No,
I think
he doesn't.
He's just saying,
I do not mean it like that. I'm just saying that
a money grab would be the Super Mario Galaxy movie. That is what we call a soulless slop that you just you turn your brain off.
To me, is it a good investment? Would I invest in this? Hell yeah, all day long. Like Austin said, he'd see hundreds of them. I'd just keep shelling out whatever it costs.
It is scary
to pay it out because it's great. It's well done, and the characters keep getting deeper and deeper. This one it's Joan Cusack. And she friggin' kills it. You loved her. I did.
Yeah. It's scary because every time they announce a new one, it's like, oh God, they gotta stay up to the standard. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So they keep running that risk, and they've delivered, I think, even though the fourth is maybe or maybe is the least favored of the bunch. But anyways, here IMDb, this one's sitting at 7.6 out of 10. Rotten Tomatoes, 92%. Letterboxd, 3.7 out of 5. Let's get on into our own reviews here and our ratings, and we'll send it to, how about Mike first? You haven't had too much.
Take it, Pops.
Yeah, guys, again, as a parent, this is kind of a think piece for parents, I think. It's one I think you need to watch this. Again, I think all parents, and it brought a little tear to my eye. They always do. Again, Griffin said kind of pulls at your heartstrings. It's a 4-star movie with a 5-star message, to me. I absolutely adored it. Yeah. It was my daughter, just watching her face. Here she's going to be 25 years old. Here I am 60 years old, and we're sitting and we're watching a movie and we're just beaming. We walked out of there. It makes you feel so good. I love the way they talk about, the technology versus, playing. I remember those days. I remember when, Griffin was young and I was always trying to push him out the door, and he's wanting to play on, every little computer, every little game, what's the game, Griffin? You
PSP.
PSP. He was wanting to play those, and it's like, God, get out of the house, dude. Get out and play. So I remember that battle.
Yep.
That's funny. Yeah, and it's only getting worse, isn't it?
I mean, all you've got to do, guys, go out to dinner with your significant other and just look around on a date night.
Oh,
you'll see the man and the woman looking at their phone. And I try so hard not to, even if somebody's, texting me, I try my best not to be that guy. Just because of that reason, I'm telling you.
I noticed that on the subway, Us, when we were in Chicago. It's just like the whole subway.
I think there is becoming much more of a desire to reject that, though. I think people are waking up and recognizing. I mean, look at the message of this movie. That this stuff is not supposed to be a replacement for the way we lived our lives. It's supposed to supplement it. And it's been too much of a replacement opposed to a supplement. Because let's be honest, having a cell phone is a great thing for your safety, for your communication, for your ability to do any and everything in the world today. But it's also, it's a double-edged knife kind of thing. Or like, it's the way it is.
Guys, I had something the other day. Somebody from my group on Facebook sent out something. If you could go back to the 80s and not have cell phones and not have tablets, would you? And without hesitation, sign me up. I would love to go back. I would miss the technology, just like Austin pointed out. I mean, I love being I'm directionally challenged, guys. So I love being into the GPS and
that's
being able
the biggest
to find
thing.
That for me is
oh my gosh,
it keeps the arguments down between my wife and I because I get lost everywhere. And now with that, I don't get lost.
Well, let's just have a little flashback, Dad. Take us back to the 70s or something. You and Marty, what was that like? Well, like do you have those feelings watching a movie like this going like, oh my gosh, I remember when we were playing with these toys and that was the whole thing. Like, do you have any comments on just your experience versus what you're seeing on the screen?
We would, as kids, we would sit and play with not Legos. We'd play with Lincoln Logs for hours, and then it always ended in,
I don't think those are Lincoln Logs. What's Ham say that in the second one?
Oh, God.
That's cute, Austin. But we would play with Lincoln Logs, and I mean we would do that for hours, and then we'd take our little Hot Wheels and make little roads. I mean, we could do that for hours, and it was always keeping your mind thinking. Mm-hmm. We played, I was telling Griffin today, we played Monopoly for hours. I mean, we know money, the kids nowadays, when you go to McDonald's, you go to Burger King and you hand them $5 and it's $2.50. How much change in there? Like,
I guess that's why you're so good with financial advice, Mike. You went to the school of Monopoly, huh?
I don't know about that, but I do know I love throwing out advice. I don't know if it's always good, but I think that, to go back, that's what we did. And Griffin, my mom, after, she would throw us out of the house. You guys got to get out of the house. We'd go play baseball all day long, come back for lunch. And then we would eat, and then we'd go right back out. And then you would stay out till it came dark, and then you'd hear your parents yell, and you'd come in and you would, take your showers and that, and then you would, watch a show, and then you go to bed. I mean, that's what we did just about every night. I mean, I wish you guys would have experienced that.
We did.
We did. You guys did to an extent, but not like where everybody met on their bicycle at 9:00 somewhere, and all of you rode all over, everywhere.
I did do that, Mike. I mean, we did do that. The thing is technology became prominent, but it wasn't so much so. We've said this before in this podcast, but we really hit that kind of niche space.
Well, I feel like we never really existed in a time, though, where there was not just immediate access to everyone you knew. I mean, when you're younger and you're getting your first phone, I guess, I remember having to call you on a landline, Austin, which, isn't a big deal, but that's still kind of rare maybe for kids growing up now.
Well, they don't even exist. No one has a landline anymore.
It's true. But I mean, we never grew up though, Austin, where it's like, oh crap, the only way to get a hold of this person is we're going over to their house or whatever. Like that seems like that would have been interesting. When you say you'd go back to the 80s, Dad, I mean, you're basically saying that you'd be you'd be down with all that.
And Griffin, I would. It was so much fun because you would leave messages and say, you would call someone, your buddy, up and say, hey, we're meeting at 6:30. At 6:30, it wasn't like Griffin, where he's going to be there at 6:45. Your buddy would be there at 6:30 at, Gaddy's Pizza or whatever.
Would it ever be the thing where like someone didn't get back to you and you left a message and they'd still be there just because they got the message?
Every once in a while you might get that. But I mean, it would be one of those where you'd be at somebody's house and you'd have to pick up the phone and call them, But for the most part, everybody knew where everybody was at, or it was kind of like you would tell so-and-so because they ran into you when you were at the gas station or at the bowling alley or at McDonald's. Or
Word of mouth.
And, if there was, especially, and you guys can relate to this, if there was a party, all you'd have to do is saying, hey, Griffin's having a party at his house.
Hey, fellas, we're talking about Toy Story, right? Let's reel this back in.
Oh, my God.
We've gotten too far off. You wouldn't shut up. Griff, what's your rating?
Sorry, trying to help.
Funny.
Well, I enjoyed it for the first 5 minutes of it.
Oh man, I'm right there with you, Dad. I'd give this one a 4. I think this is worth 4 stars.
Absolutely.
I think the animation is 5 stars. I mean, this thing is incredible in terms of just being an achievement. But I think it's very well done. Austin, you and I spoke about something after seeing it while we were in Chicago. Mm-hmm. Just the whole aspect of, hey, there is that argument of, maybe this isn't part of the original trilogy. Okay, I get that. Maybe Toy Story could have ended on the 3rd movie and that would have been phenomenal. It would have been, but I think that there's a sort of utility to making a kind of movie like this, using Toy Story as a vehicle to share these messages with kids growing up right now. Why the heck not? And I mean, I think the whole message with, and you could say, oh, well, they could just watch the old ones. Yeah, they could, but those old ones don't hit on what modern issues exist now. Not in the same way. This, talking about technology, I thought it did a great job of presenting the technology in this really scary way, like, oh, it's this big problem. I thought it was going to dig into that more. By the end of the movie, it's saying, hey, why can't we find a way to meet in the middle and to make this, just kind of see both sides. So I thought that was a really awesome message. And again, it's like, why not make a movie like this that a kid can really appreciate and maybe learn something from? I think it's pretty special, especially because Toy Story, everybody knows Buzz, everyone knows Woody, everyone knows these characters, Jessie too. And it's like, why not do something good with that? So I really enjoyed it myself. I had a blast watching it, and I think if they keep doing them like this, they keep delivering
home runs,
hitting dingers like that. Make a 6, make a 7th. Let's keep it going.
Yeah, they always have to bring it and qualify their reasoning for existing. And it did. And I think there is an argument to be had. I want to see, when we look back down the line, like, this is a very important movie to get a little serious about it in the way that this is going to impact the children who view it. I've already seen that kids won't even pick up their iPad after watching this kind of thing.
What?
Yeah, I mean, it's having that impact. It's
really, is that like on socials or something?
I mean, anecdotal, but people saying like, hey, my kids won't even pick up their iPad anymore, kind of thing after watching this. And I think that's
nice.
The more we can detach,
that's very cool.
The brains of children who are very malleable right now, and if they latch to something like this stuff is meant to be addictive. We're addicted to our phones, whether we want to believe it or not. So, I mean, anything that we can kind of deter that a little bit and get back to reality, I think is a positive thing. So, yes, I think this is a very important movie, especially for, the children growing up today. And as, I'm not a parent, but I'm sure parents are loving the message involved with this too, as much as they just love the movie. In terms of my things that I like here, I think just Toy Story. I love this franchise. It's so good. Mm-hmm. It's so strong. Like, how many franchises put out 5 movies that are at this caliber all the way through? whether or not the fourth one you take to it, it's still a fine movie and up there. It has its moments. I mean, it's a pretty strong roundup we have here, our lineup.
What do you have, like Harry Potter?
Yeah,
Rocky.
I don't even think you could say The Godfather hits that.
Yeah,
Rocky.
yeah,
Fair.
maybe. It's just heartfelt, wholesome. Already gotten at that. I like that Jessie gets her movie. She's a Carrie that's much needed.
Yes.
Joan Cusack, bringing her back to
Very deserved.
Hollywood. She's been living her own life, kind of getting away from the spotlight herself, which I guess is in line with maybe some of this stuff. Just, taking a step back from the tech world and whatever the hell, just visibility into her life. Anyways, the message is great. I love the buzz odyssey that's going on with the multi buzzes. I thought that stuff was hilarious. I think too, Mike, you were talking about what this movie does for you and how you're beaming at the end of it. What was it? Jim Valvano said, any day that you laugh until you cry or whatever, or you just cry from whatever, you get moved to tears. That's a pretty damn good day. And I think that sentiment stands for any kind of film or movie. This is a movie that'll make you laugh till tears. This is a hilarious movie. There's a ton of great comedy bits in this. I think Woody and Buzz supply so much comedic beats throughout this, or so many comedic beats throughout this, that it's really damn good. And then obviously, there's a lot of tearjerkers involved here. It really hits you in the heart. It pings you. You're like, ah!
Whoa. Ping!
It's like the Grinch.
Ping.
The Grinch is heart growing 2 sizes, getting big and shit. And I think our new characters actually do well, which is always a good thing when you're introducing these guys. Smarty Pants, Atlas, Snappy, you get Conan in there. Our boy from Hot Tub Time Machine, what's his name?
Yeah, Craig Robinson.
Craig Robinson. And then I can't remember who voiced Snappy, but you guys can help me out there. Anyways, I think they're good. Their capabilities and how they all connect together maybe doesn't make a lot of sense. That the Smarty Pants can just connect to the web and send messages. What does that have to do with his whatever? But we're not going to get into all that. In terms of the things I don't like, there's one and only really large thing that sticks out and stands out. And that is the neglect of our posse from the first 3 movies.
Yeah.
It's the reason the fourth and the fifth just don't quite hit the peaks of the first 3, because you don't get, Ham really contributing much, Slinky, you don't get Rex doing all too much. All the Mr. and Mrs. Potato Head, and maybe that's because some of them have passed, but also I think that just the scope of the gang has broadened too wide. With all of Bonnie's other toys, there's just too many mouths to feed, and I think it kind of struggles with that, because those guys and their banter, it's why people love Toy Story 2 so much, is just like their goonery going on alongside everything.
Yeah.
But other than that, and I toyed with this, I started at a 4 as my rating, but I bumped it to a 4.5 out of 5 because I thought this was a really, really solid addition. It's on the lower scale of a 4.5. It's on the higher scale of a 4 if it were there, in my opinion. If we're going to go into the nuances of that. But it's just so damn good. I love Toy Story. I love these characters. There were amazing scenes in this, as I said. So 4.5 out of 5.
There you go.
Yes, sir. So now we're gonna hop into our scenes, and you folks back home, we got a new way that we're approaching scenes here. We're gonna give you our number 1 favorite scene, and then also just a wild card scene with our kind of reasoning for picking what or wanting to bring it up. So we'll start with Mike. Well, let's start with Griff. We'll start with Griff. Sorry, you saw me opened his mouth wide. I heard him take a breath. He goes,
I was ready.
He had something good to say. Damn it. My bad, Mike.
Oh, man. This one's pretty easy for me. This one for me is when Jesse says, you know what? Nothing's going right. I'm going to jump right out of this window and go back up to the tire swing. Yeah. Goes right up there with bullseye.
I got to pull us all back in here because newsflash, that is also my favorite scene, and that is the best scene of this
I was about
movie.
to say, the moment you picked me first, I was like, that's easy. I mean, that's the best scene. That is you get all the dynamic, all of the punch that you want, and you get to get that little flashback showing, just Jesse with Emily, of course, you get that taste from the second movie, which we just reviewed and had a great time doing. And we also find that little, what do you call that? Like a time
capsule lunchbox.
Time capsule.
Yeah.
Find the time capsule lunchbox. Lo and behold, Emily named her daughter Jessie. And man, that's where you're like, oh my gosh, just when you think it's not going to get you and you're okay, you're like, wow, that's great.
Yeah. Upon second viewing, when Dana was with me, it was like, as soon as that scene was coming up, I'm looking over to my left because I'm just waiting for him to start flooding, Like, I mean, that is the tear.
Did it get her? Did it get her?
Yeah, it got me too. I mean, I was right there with her. I'm not going to act like I was holding it together. That shit was just too damn good because, that's what these movies do so well is impact or show you the importance of a toy on someone's life. And this is Jessie at her lowest point. She's just been abandoned again by Bonnie, runs off, and then, almost immediately, maybe there could have been more time in between that because she immediately gets, back on track with that finding. But it's just amazing. It's great. They get Daffodil to help out, kind of dig it up a bit.
Daffodil,
You got Bullseye being the trusty steed who won't leave her side. He jumps out the damn window and he splats on the ground. They don't show it, but yeah, I mean, it's just really damn good. And she recognizes that she has had a significant impact on someone who, I guess for years and years and years, she just thought Jessie abandoned her. This is a massive moment in her character. Imagine if she was just in a museum in Tokyo, and never, ever learned this feat either.
Yeah. No, that's great. And I think I was looking at a little article today kind of recapping some stuff, and it showed there's actually like a hair tie little thing in that lunchbox that Jessie is then wearing on her braid, which is really cool to see. Yeah. So I thought that was really cool. But I mean, that's the best scene of the movie for me. That's what really got me and what just got to the true heart of what Toy Story is all about. My, what are we calling it, Ost? I apologize.
Well, it's either an X Factor or a wild card. We haven't quite...
My wild card scene is when we get all of the Buzz Lightyears. I think there's like 50 of them I read. Yeah. And they just start hovering around the playground. Next thing you know, they just fall into the hands of all these kids, including the teacher. And
the post-credit scene.
Yeah, everyone gets their Buzz. I was like, man, that is too cool. And the Buzzes, they get an owner. It's really cool. It's really something that that was another one that just makes you feel good. So that's my wild card.
Very good. Mike, what do you got there?
Oh, okay. I'm not going to have my mouth open until I'm ready. Okay. So my scene and my favorite scene, because it reminded me of being a kid, was between Bonnie and Blaze. And I loved Blaze. Blaze
was cool.
God, I love that kid. She was just the energy that Bonnie and her, when you would see them playing with toys, and I just loved it. I absolutely loved it because it reminded me of being a kid. But when I saw them playing together, you see that imagination as a kid.
Those are great. Those are really good how they did that.
You're talking about tearing up, and Riley my daughter kept looking over at me to see, and I'm over there the whole time, and I'm doing this and all that stupid popcorn. I got some salt in my eye, I kept everything, but I was tearing up throughout the movie because between Jessie and these two, they were just wearing me out. I loved it.
Yeah.
My wild card scene was when Jessie just kind of took charge and started utilizing the technology. And who was it? Is it Atlas and Snappy?
Atlas, Snappy, and Smarty Pants. Yeah.
And I thought they really brought something to the movie. I love those characters. I thought they were great.
They surprised me.
Yeah,
I agree.
Yeah, I was really surprised as well, Griffin, because I'm like, what are they going to do with it? They didn't look like those toys would be able to do much, to be honest with you. But like Austin, we could poke holes in that all day long, I'm sure. But again, Jesse kind of driving, saying, hey, I need you to do this, and I need you to do this, and we need to find this. And just how she was doing it and going about it just showed that, hey, you're an old toy, but boy, you can't, you can teach an old dog new tricks. And I thought that was really cool how they did that. Very well done.
Yeah, another one of those, kind of imagination scenes, I think that's a good one that I want to mention is those toys whose lifespans were 3 months,
Yeah.
It's like, you missed everything. They got 3 months together. They actually got to play, which was really good.
Yeah,
and you get the Conan hair on Smarty
really
Pants.
Good point, Austin.
Yeah, I thought that was great for them. So in terms of my best favorite scene, it is that Emily's tire swing. It's so damn good. They set it up, as Jesse's movie from the very get-go after the intro buzzes sequence. It's kind of like a cold opening. But you see, Emily for the first time ever too at the tire swinging around. Yeah. I see you, now you don't. And then, now you don't. And you end up back at that swing. So it's just really good how that all circles back. I liked also like with Jesse when they're like, you didn't live here. I'm calling you a liar. Smarty Pants is saying that. And she points out everything about the room and then that the entire swing, cool stuff. But in terms of my X Factor scene, it's just the Buzz's Odyssey, man. To begin, I think I'm not going to go with that one, but just that I started laughing my ass off right from the get-go. It's like, what the hell's going on? All these Star Command, Rendezvous, Star Command, and they all get together. The music's playing. They put a ship together. They said, I read something that someone wrote. They were like, Tim Allen got off a desert island way before Tom Hanks did.
That's good.
But that stuff was great. They're moving through the forest and like all the animals come out around them and they're like having a blast with all the animals. What is that? It was like a Bambi type scene. Is that what that is? Or,
yes.
In reference to so.
Or it's Snow White.
Yeah, that's
Snow White?
That's what it would be. It'd be Snow White. But the one I'm gonna pick here is actually, the fallen soldier Buzz, the one who gets left behind. He gets picked up by a kid. And the rest of the guys are going after him. They're going to go get him.
Yeah.
And they peek open. They unzip that tent, look in there, and there's just this beaming smile on the Buzz that got picked up. So just right again, hitting on that, a toy's true meaning. And, it's great that they're having this, like, coming into consciousness, discovering who they are. Because, this is just the story we've always had with Buzz. He thinks he's actually Buzz Lightyear, but then throughout the course of events, they recognize that they're a toy and figure out what their purpose is.
Right. And
seeing him when he gives that thumbs up, I'm in good hands here. I'm in a good place. That
one got me too.
Yeah,
no
really,
doubt.
Really damn good. So that's my wild card scene in there. I just think all the Buzz stuff was really good. It was funny as hell when they get the, hey, and one more thing, guys. Zurg is our dad. And they all go, no!
No!
They were just hilarious, man. Riding those ponies up, that break from...
Oh, the ponies, that was crazy.
Well, you get that, the super sentimental and, heartfelt moment of Jessie discovering that Emily's daughter was named after her. And then you see the ride of the Rohirrim, but it's just a bunch of Buzzes on unicorns and toy ponies, That shit was awesome. Yeah, real good stuff. Characters, fellas, characters. We'll get this one to you, Mike. How about that? Start us off.
Favorite character by far has to be Jesse. Jesse owned the movie. Again, as Austin pointed out, the movie was wrapped around her.
Yep.
I thought Joan Cusack, and we've said it in several of the movies lately with Joan Cusack. She just, School of Rock, she just kicks ass. I just think she's great. And she took it from the 2-yard line to the finish line, you get a touchdown, I thought. Sixth man of the movie, guys. I like the new characters. I'm telling you, I thought that Bonnie or Blaze was just adorable, and I love Bonnie
Blaze
too. But I thought Blaze was great.
Yeah.
And again, I like the little Snappy and Atlas. I loved all of those characters. I think you're going to see them. And I'm hoping we see them, and in the next one come up.
Who do we want to lock your one down as, Mike?
I'm gonna go with Snappy. I just there was something about I thought Snappy was really cute. So 6 man is gonna be Snappy.
Right.
And again, I'm hoping that they do something with those guys down the road because I thought they were cute. Mm-hmm. Sad sack of the movie, guys. I'm gonna be honest with you. I had to get help from Riley. The only one that it really kind of just hurt my soul was when is Bonnie. Is the sad sack.
Oh, bang!
And the reason I'm saying
he just broke some hearts.
Guys, the reason I'm saying this is...
We're going to need to cut this out.
No.
You may have to.
We just got to approach it with tenderness and kindness.
It was gut-wrenching when the girls wouldn't play with her, and I felt so bad for her.
Yeah,
that's why I'm basing it off of that.
Mm-hmm.
I think she's adorable. I love her character.
Well, also, and they do a really good job of this, and I'm not trying to be mean, but just look at the way she's dressed. Look at the way her parents are. You could just tell that she's kind of the little oddball out of the girls group kind of girl. So you feel she's sad
doing her own thing.
Yeah, that's all.
But they do a great job of showing Blaze be a little goofy in her way too, and they sync up with that.
She's not like normal girls.
They were great. They just made for great friends. Yeah. You know, I mean, you guys, you all have got that hodgepodge of friends you guys got. You know this. I mean, it doesn't always, they're not always going to be exactly like you.
Mm-hmm.
Very seldom. Yeah.
That's a good one. And those are really sad moments. And like she gets bullied on the damn tablet too, you play with toys. Yeah. It's just brutal. And she kills her mom.
Yeah. That killed me. I felt, and then when she teared up, it was tough.
I don't play with toys anymore.
Yeah, that was sad. It's like, God.
It was whooping you, man. That's what I mean. It made you feel. This movie makes you feel.
There's no doubt.
No doubt. Griff, give us something.
Yeah, I mean, let's be honest. The best character of the movie is Jessie. I think she's just an all-star, and she got such gumption. She's a little BA too. Like she just makes it happen. Not afraid of a dang thing, and
Did she ever yodel in this one? I don't know if I heard it or not.
I don't know if she does, but she went on the hunt. She just went into it. It kind of like what Woody did in the fourth one, right, Oss? Where she jumped in the bag and, wanted to get into the mix to protect her girl. And I thought that was really cool. But you also have to acknowledge Buzz and Woody, of course. Woody's got his little dome piece now, which is hilarious. That's awesome.
Yeah, get him a brown marker.
Yeah, I loved getting to see Woody and Buzz game planning and making stuff happen kind of going up against the lily pad.
It's good to see them fighting again.
Oh, yeah. But it was fun to just see them getting their little things going on to make sure they were helping however they could too. So, just to acknowledge those characters too, because you gotta. In terms of 6 man, I would actually pick those Buzz Lightyears.
Yeah.
I mean, those guys, they are just so much fun.
Yeah, they're great.
And like you said, I think that they did a great job of just adding some levity to the movie as well. And something funny that I read about today is when they're all crossing the road as a group, you see the Pizza Planet truck blast on by, the big van. So I thought that was awesome. But they would be my 6 man. And then in terms of sad sack, I think you're overlooking a few people here now.
Yeah, there's a few.
Yeah. Sad sack for me is old Combat Carl, who is in that dollhouse with all the other toys. Just
pizza
frozen.
With sunglasses.
Yeah, pizza with sunglasses, old Bad Bunny. But I thought he was a sad sack. Obviously, he's been waiting for a long time. He's half stir crazy for Blaze. They've kind of idolized her, and she ain't coming back, bruh.
No.
Sorry, bruh. So old Combat Carl's hanging in there, and I think he's just going to waste away. So
yeah, he had to get changed up. He was Carl Weathers in
I heard
the last movie in Toy Story 4. So he was voiced by what's his name from Ghostbusters this time around?
Ernie Hudson.
Ernie, yeah.
Ernie. Yeah, but old
Big
Combat
Ern.
Carl. Combat Carl was a sack and a half, if you ask me. So that's my list.
Not bad. Not bad. My favorite character in this, I'm going to keep it with the second Toy Story. It's going to be Buzz again. I thought Buzz is great in this. I love that he's so sprung for Jessie throughout this.
Yeah.
I think that's
they get married too.
Yeah, I know. It's the whole proposal. He's trying to make it happen.
Yeah.
He's her deputy. He's just sucking up to her the whole time. He's great. He can't get it out. And I like how they kind of give him like the, typically feminine traits, and like he's the guy who gets laid down or kind of like they kind of drop him, and he just
kind of flipped it.
He like throws his leg up at some point and just like it's just all that stuff. I really thought it was funny. And Buzz is just that cat. He's a good guy, and seeing him interact with the other Buzzes as well, great stuff. I would have liked to pick the other Buzzes as my sixth man. They're high up in there. I think that's just such a great thing that Toy Story does. Like going back to Toy Story 2, the one with the belt, just other Buzzes are great. They're such a hilarious crew when they are first kind of, like I said, coming into consciousness and recognizing what they really are. Other couple candidates that aren't going to quite meet the mark. How about Jimmy Dean and Daffodil? I liked them a lot.
Yeah, they're great. Jimmy Dean.
Big old
pig.
Yeah.
That dude rocked.
And I did have like the new toy, or the old toys, the Tech, Smarty Pants, Atlas, and Snappy. But once again, my sixth man here is going to be Bullseye. Stand-up guy. I love Bullseye. He gets with his crew, all his friends. Bullseye. Jesse finds him up on the wall with all the other horses, and he throws his hands around him. We also hear him voiced for the first time by, was it Alan Cummings? He voices him, so evil Bullseye, good stuff.
Evil Bullseye.
I think Bullseye's just, like I said, and I mentioned this on our Toy Story 2 podcast, so check it out if you haven't yet. He's got this dog-like quality that you love. He's just like a little rascal sometimes, but you love him. He's such a stand-up guy. He loves you till no end. So he won't leave Jesse the same way he wouldn't leave Woody. Yeah. Jeez. Well, I guess we'll move on here. My sad sack.
You're killing it. Did someone ask if you were on the podcast, Dad?
Griffin, she brought in a sign said, is this okay for dinner? And I'm nodding like, yeah, that's great. And then finally I had to yell yes so she would stop.
Oh, God,
that's so good.
Good God.
What's for dinner?
We're having burgers. I've got
cooking.
I've got a huge neon sign says on air. And she still doesn't get it.
Oh, that's great.
Sad sack, Oss. Maybe it's my pops.
Yeah, maybe. I'm changing mine from Bonnie to me. I'm the sad sack.
Yeah. I did have just like Blaze's abandoned toys for sure on here.
Yeah.
What about Dr. Nutcase?
Yeah.
Dr. Nut.
God, he was a nutcase for sure.
Yeah, Dr. Nutcase is a sack. But I'm going to go with the old sailor toy that's just stuck in the mud, Like, he's been in the dirt for too long. I've found toys in that same way, and it's like, oh, man, that's hilarious. That's such a... Not that it's like a deep track, but it's such a relatable thing, like a toy that just gets left outside for too long, and the ground overtakes it, and it just becomes part of the ground. So he's been there forever. And that bunny tick tick or tap, tap,
that
tap.
was crazy.
I thought that was a really good scene. Kind of the recognition of tech having invaded every single home. That come up here and see for yourself, and you see
that was interesting.
You see everywhere, everyone's just staring at a screen. But my number one will be that sailor toy. I don't know if he has a name. I don't know if I'm even going to be able to find an image for him for the graphic, but we'll figure a way.
That's too good.
Themes and things here. How about I'll get rocking first on this one, since I always give you guys first on these. How about ponchos and bald spots?
Woo!
Tech versus toys, supplement versus replacement. This is a great thing. I don't know if you guys picked up on this at all, but what about like cocaine and crack jokes with Smarty Pants? With those batteries, he gets charged up, and it's like, it could have just been fucking Tony Montana. He just goes crazy right away as soon as his batteries get charged up. And then when they're sending off the images, he was asking for money for them. Oh, I want some battery money. You got some crack. Got some crack. He's kind of like Tally in South Park,
Oh my God.
Just a little bit. The true meaning of toys, growing up, making friends, Buzz and Woody fighting again, Jesse's deputies, cowboys, cowboy boots, horses, heartbreaking, heartfelt, wholesome, the proposal / wedding. How about Buzz Tholomew McLightyear? All right, Buzz with the kilt. And Stuffalo Bill. Hey Siri, hey Lily.
Easy does it. Yeah.
Oh my God, it just did it to me.
Oh God, it did. That's
it
crazy.
did it to me. Tech, man. It's invading everywhere.
It's everywhere. I would just say play. That's mine. I mean, that's the whole message.
The only thing I had but Austin said friendship is real friendship. When you see those two together, that's all I have to add.
You could add truth if you wanted.
Truth. Gosh, that goes back over a year.
That's an old one,
man.
Oldie but a goodie, baby.
What truth?
What
about truth?
It'd be truth, and then like the gray, moral ambiguity. Those were our ones because we were talking about The Last of Us. Hey, go check that one out.
Oh God,
yeah,
there you go.
That's a good one.
That's old school.
The whole series is good.
That's right. Well, you guys got any jokes or anything? Any funny lines that I've missed or anything?
Man, I couldn't add anything myself. I mean, I think the end of the story is, hey, this is a very good movie. It's very fun. I think it's family fun. Anybody and their brother could watch this and get something cool out of it. So it's really hard to beat something like that.
I pointed out early that, I'm 60, 61 years old. I'm with my daughter, 20, 25, and we loved it, and it was all parents and their kids, and the kids, normally, you hear all that craziness from the kids. There was none of that going on at all, guys.
They were invested.
Kids were definitely engaged in this movie. And as Austin pointed out, I sure hope so. I hope we see more kids out on their bikes. I hope we see more kids out playing with toys. That's where that imagination comes. I really hope that is true. Technology is great. I love it. That's why we're having this podcast, because of technology.
Yeah,
but
exactly.
I would like to see more just, face-to-face interaction, and I think that's what this movie is all about.
Yeah, and I think, these things go hand in hand. We're seeing a really, really good year at the theaters. I think it's all in the same vein, kind of returning to the roots in a way, getting out and doing things, whatever it may be. Even though you're going to go and look at a big screen, that's a lot different than just streaming it at home. The accessibility of everything today has become almost like a hindrance. So I think, having experiences that are a little more fruitful and enriching, rewarding are a great thing. And, on that kind of topic and note, when we went on Sunday, Dana and I, the theaters were popping, man.
It was packed when we were there, guys.
Since going back to, Stony Brook, AMC.
Nice.
I've never seen it that filled. There were all kinds of people lining up, cars. It wasn't hard to find a parking spot because it's still massive and it's not as filled as it, has been in the past, but it was the most I've seen in a long, long time. So that's pretty
fantastic.
That was pretty exciting.
That's amazing.
Well, guys, we got a couple more questions. We're going to start with one that we love, one that is near and dear, a guy that we spent a lot of time with on our last episode, that being Nicolas Cage, Spider Noir. Check that one out as well. Killed it. YouTube is absolutely dogging us right now. So YouTube, get your shit together. Figure it out. I don't know what you're doing to our content, man, but they have absolutely plummeted everything. Even shorts, man, they're getting single-digit views. So something wonky's happening there. I don't really know what to do. We'll just keep publishing. It doesn't change what we're doing here. But here we go, guys. Is Toy Story 5 better with Nicolas Cage? Tell me now. Is it?
Oh,
what do you think? Griff,
guys,
give me something.
guys, can you seriously tell me that this movie, there's any chance it wouldn't be better with Nicolas Cage? Of course it would be. I'll be honest, I think that in order to get him in there, it might make the most sense to make a new character, just because like I feel like all of these characters are doing really great things.
Yes.
They're a lot of fun. If you had to switch one out, I think you take Conan out, and I like Conan, but I think you get rid of him, and I think you make Nick Cage that dang smarty pants. And man, I think like you said, Oz, the battery scene gets even more juiced up. I think maybe you get like some crazy scream like you get.
Sounds like someone's batteries are going out in Mike's room or something.
Yeah, I mean, this dude's about as noisy as it gets right now. This
Beep,
guy's at
beep.
Texas Roadhouse or something.
Beep.
But
throwing
it is
peanuts on the
like
floor.
a bar at my house.
how do you not?
now.
How can't you get that under control? What's going on?
Griffin, you know your mother. There's just no controlling her. You can only hope to contain her. I'm not. I want to yell so bad.
Hey, here's the deal. That's exactly what you got to say about Nick Cage, because that dude beats all definitions. That dude, again, I think you'd make him smarty pants, Austin. I think you just get it as wacky as it could possibly be. And I think you'd have an amazing go at it. I mean, Nick Cage in Toy Story, that is like peanut butter and freaking jelly, if you ask me.
Yeah, sugar and spice and everything nice. I think Conan was a perfect casting, though. So
that's the thing. He did really great.
So I'm gonna.
Well, what do you think, Oz?
Yeah, I'm gonna deviate from that. Smarty Pants makes a lot of sense on paper. Yeah. I have them written down here. But what about just Dr. Nutcase? Just let him explode real quick. Maybe have a little more lines in there, but make him Dr. Nutcase. I mean, that might just be a name for him. That might be one of his nicknames. He might just be Dr. Nutcase. Yeah.
Oh, that'd be good.
Yeah, I think he's Dr. Nutcase.
Nice call.
Yeah.
That's
fair enough.
Funny. Guys, I had Smarty Pants as well.
There you go.
Hell,
in that imagination, they just have a bald spot right down the middle of Smarty Pants. They couldn't throw that orange hair on top, that orange wig.
I do think they could have done something with the Buzzes. I think they could have had Nicolas Cage as the leader of the Buzzes, and you can tell.
It's like a different brand Buzz.
Star Command. Yeah.
Command.
He was mine in Toy Story 2. I mean, that's who he was.
He would have been so good if they would have just had his voice as Buzz, and he would have been a different Buzz.
Here's the question. Could y'all see Nick Cage as Duke Kaboom? Now, granted, Keanu Reeves, that's a pretty high standing there.
No, man, it's hard to swap out any of these cats, aren't they?
Yeah, it is. I think you got a great call, Oz. Make him Dr. Nutcase, and then you just have the hilarity of him being in there for like a minute.
Yeah.
It'd just be fantastic. So,
let's face it, the casting is phenomenal in this whole series of Toy Stories. There's
a reason, like Oz said, it's probably going to break $1 billion. There's a reason.
Yeah. I mean, there is.
Yeah, that's why. I mean, I would sign up for another one if I'm Tom Hanks, if I'm Tim Allen.
I wish I could invest in it. I would
Joan Cusack,
invest in it.
It's like, you know what? Hell, let's make 30 of these motherfuckers.
Yeah,
all right,
keep them going.
Let's keep it rocking. Okay, guys.
Yes, sir.
And here is our now final question, because I think this is just a nice way to end these. I think it's a nice stamp on the end. Number one favorite thing about this movie can be any and everything. Like I said, it can be the music. It can be one specific scene. It could be the animation. It could be, any number of things. It could be small scope, large scope, micro, macro, whatever the hell you want. Give it to me. What's the best aspect of this film?
Pops, I'm going to take it to 1981, I believe. The message. I mean, that's all it is, It's the message of the movie. It's Toy Story, makes you feel all good inside, and it's showing that, hey, friendship, playing, and just being a good old person, that really, really breaks a lot of ground, I think that it's just an awesome message that a kid can receive, that we can receive, and that just makes you feel good and happy. So really hard to beat, man. And again, I'm really glad we got to watch this one in the theater, Oss.
Yeah,
and I'm
awesome.
really glad we're getting to talk about it too.
No doubt.
I can't add much to that other than I think this is one all the parents should be taking their kids to see, because, again, technology has taken over these. I think it would be.
So you're doubling down. You're saying your number one favorite thing is the message?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Bang.
Well, you can keep going. I was making sure.
No. I mean, I definitely think it's the message. And again, I had that it's a think piece for parents. I really did. I had, it's something that parents, it's so easy. And you guys, when you have kids, you'll see, I wasn't the father of the year. What did I do with you guys? I didn't hand you a tablet. I didn't hand you a computer. What did I hand you all? I put in a VHS and put in a movie for you guys. That's what I always did with you guys, is I would put in a movie for you all. There's a lot, the imagination for these kids playing with toys is amazing. And again, that was my favorite scene, between Bonnie and Blaze. I loved it. I absolutely loved it. That was kind of the tearjerker for me, that and the Jessie scene when she opened up that little box.
Well, talk
that
about
time capsule. Yeah.
Talk about VHS. I don't know if I'm going to be able to do it here, but can you guys see back on my little bookshelf there? Maybe about, right above my water bottle. Can you tell what those two VHSs are right there?
I sure as heck cannot.
I'm assuming they're Toy Story.
They are Austin Powers, the International Man of Mystery, and The Spy Who Shagged Me. Great find at Half Price Books. Great find. I was looking down at the bottom shelf, and then it's like, oh my God, look at this! And I saw them both, man. It was just a miracle. It was
no-brainer. Yeah. Gotta have them.
It was
winner.
It was top-notch stuff.
Well,
but
what about you, Oss? Favorite thing?
My number one favorite thing about Toy Story 5 is that we have another installation to the Toy Story franchise that justifies its existence. We've done it again. It's so damn good. It's everything that we love about these movies. They pulled it off again. Somehow, some way, they made you laugh. They made you cry. That was a very, very good film. And I'll be ready for 6. I think they approach these movies with so much care. It bleeds through.
Well, what's crazy is when 6 comes out, Oss, you might be bringing a little fella or something to it.
That's not the craziest thing to imagine. I mean, I don't know if they're going to be watching it, but I might have them alongside with me.
This movie took 4 years to make.
Yeah.
It's not not feasible.
I will say that is one of my if we're getting on the very personal side of things here, that is one of the things I look forward to the most about having a kid, along with many other things, but watching some flicks with them, as you would say, Griff.
Yeah.
That's going to be a good old time.
Well, Pops, that's what I was talking about with you today. It's like, that's what we did growing up. We watched movies, we watched shows, and how much of our relationship, guys, is just around movie quotes in movies, and talking about messages, how many messages, kind of play in our brains when we're going through everyday life that we got from a movie. I mean, movies, it's an incredible thing, and that's the reason why we do what we do, boys.
Yeah,
that's why we love this. I mean, there's not a time, when I have a conversation with either one of you that one of us is not quoting a movie. I mean, it's what we do.
That's right.
That's why we do what we do.
The one final thing that we absolutely have to mention, and maybe we did mention it in passing, but the idea set forth in the very first film, Buzz, you can't fly. You are a toy. How epic was that? I mean, these are the movies we watched when we were kids. Seeing that as a now 27-year-old man.
Gosh, that was
Buzz
awesome.
take flight. Wow, man. That was so cool. It's like
it was pretty.
That's one of those when you're elbowing. Oh my God, Buzz is flying. He's actually
everyone in the
flying.
theater gets lit up.
And it took a QR code on his ass to unlock the update. So
that was great. Good for you.
Can't escape the modernities too much. You know?
That's great.
QR codes making an appearance.
Oh yeah, man. Well, we'll find a way to integrate them all. That's the whole deal.
That's right.
Man. It's all working together.
Well, guys, we got a good one up next, and this is actually what's up next. Not jumping ahead here, but we have.
Oh yeah.
I gave them a preview last episode, but how about how about The Dark Knight? There we go.
There he is. Oh,
what is that? Was it 08? Yeah, 08. Heath Ledger.
2008. Austin, I started it just about 30 minutes before we got on today. So pumped.
I can't wait. It is such a great movie, and I haven't been back in a while.
I haven't seen that in years.
Well, that opening scene is one of the best of all time. That's
where'd you find it, Pops? Where were we watching it?
HBO.
It might be. I got it on DVD actually, so maybe I'll watch it on some good old physical media. Stick with the return to our roots themes here.
Keep it there.
But yeah, say your goodbyes, guys. Let's get out of here. That was a lot of fun. It's just hard not to have a good time talking about Toy Story.
Toy Story, man, and I'm right there with Yas, and I'm really glad we got to chat a little bit just a moment ago about why we do this. And I think it's obvious, but sometimes it's really good to just say it out loud. So I love doing this, boys. Purple Podcast all the way. Us, who cares about the damn algorithm?
Yep.
It's trying to stifle us, and it
ain't nothing but a thing.
It won't. Nah, we'll be just fine, and we're gonna keep pushing this sucker until it's right in the mainstream, baby. That's all there is to it. Love you, boys. This was a great movie, Toy Story 5. I think we just had a good old time. So appreciate y'all.
Let me wrap this up for me with, hey guys, I wish you all the happiest of 4th of July's. It's again 250 years.
Yep. Hopefully you're listening to this with all your digits still intact. You know,
well, that was going to be how I wrap this up. So be very careful. Roman candles will hurt you. Okay, I've been there, and I've done that. So be careful. Looking forward to the USA. Hopefully we're playing. We can make it to the I guess did they call it an Elite Eight, Austin?
I don't know if it maybe just the round of 8, whatever. Round of 8.
I'm loving it. I had to add that USA. I'm so proud of them.
Yeah. So. Unfortunately, probably our best player got a red card. So he will.
That was really tough.
Yeah, tough. It wasn't an egregious red card, but by the rule. It's just it's tough, and he will not be able to play next game, so that definitely hurts. But I think we can find a way still. It's a home field advantage, baby. That counts for something.
No doubt. So
I think the U.S. has done a really good job of posting this. Well, and I guess Canada and Mexico for their parts in it as well. But I think there's been a lot of juice. People have really been enjoying their tenure in the United States watching these games, the functions and all that. But anyways, guys, you all back home, I don't know if we've addressed you much today, but thank you very much. If you've listened all the way through, you've got a friend in me.
Yes,
That's
sir.
for sure. Thank you guys very much. We love you always. Keep living well. Keep doing your best. We'll be talking to you soon. And bye-bye.